Hey there, welcome back. This week's episode is part 2 on what it means to be a digital brand. Hope you liked the first episode, and we provide the rest, the tail end of the story today. Check it out. Hey, thanks again for tuning in. Again, want to talk about a digital brand. What is it? How does it help your business? Think about every interaction you have with your customer in the real world. You have those same kinds of interactions in the digital world. Another perspective is that a digital brand is kind of like a resume for your business. It shows customers why you are qualified to help them. Think about how to build a reputation with your customers. Let them know exactly what you do and what the value of that is. We provide this product or this service. And not just that, the reason that that's important to you is this. You have to provide the benefits beyond what you do. You come have someone inspect your home once a week or once a month or once a quarter, because then this small investment of $100 saves you the $3,000 or $4,000 that would have happened if you had not taken advantage, if a bigger problem occurs that you weren't preventing in the first place. That's one reputational element, but the point is to show value. Having someone check your taxes or making sure you're figuring out your finances along the way is better than trying to fix it after you've already incurred a lot of debt. There are a lot of ways in a lot of businesses that regular maintenance is a lot of value to a customer, and if you haven't shown the value of that in either a dollar way or in a lifestyle way or in something that improves the customer's overall experience or well-being, if you can't show that value, they're not going to think of your business as any different than the rest of the businesses. So explain what you do, why you do it, and what the value of that is. That's the first way to think about your digital brand as a resume. Also, show them who you've helped in the past and provide those testimonials. You might be telling a good story, but they want to hear from people that have worked with you that this is a valuable service, and they want to see themselves in that person's shoes. They want to be able to hear this. I had this problem. I hired this person. I didn't know what to do, but I hired this person, gave it a shot. I got this out of it, and I was pleasantly surprised with the outcome. And because of that, this, and this were all the benefits that I received, and I would definitely do that again. Or I'd recommend to my friends that they use the same person or go to the same place for this kind of service or product. People like to share the benefits that they've received with people around them that they care about. Give them the opportunity to do that. Show who you've helped. Make it relevant to different types of customers who all have different types of experiences with your business, and share that out, and encourage your customers to share that out. Be diligent about following up and getting feedback about how you can improve your business, but also how those customers really experienced your business and what they liked about it, so that you can A, lean into those things that they liked, but B, share that information with broader people that are looking for that kind of reassurance. And then another way to think of it as a resume online is to share your history, share your qualifications and your accolades. People should know how long you've been doing something, or should know that you have these types of experiences that make you relevant for the thing that they're looking for, or that you've been awarded some type of you've accomplished something. List those things that you've accomplished. If you've been mentioned in a particular article, or you've been reviewed by a particular influencer or reviewer for your type of business, you should be sharing that. And you should be seeking those things out. If you don't have them, find them. Put yourself out there in a way that people can, put yourself out there to be judged in a way that people can look to it and say, this person has some credibility and is willing to show how they have served people in a way that it really has, whether it's 4.5 stars or 5 stars, whatever it is, you have to be willing to be judged if you're putting your products out there to the world. And the best part about being judged is you don't have to be afraid of it. The best part is most of the time you're going to get good feedback, and the times you get bad feedback, that's useful, because the quicker you can solve a problem that people are having with your business, the sooner you can not have that same problem happen with other customers, and improve your overall products and service. And the more you can improve products and service, the more you're going to have repeat customers coming back instead of losing people that could have been a recurring piece of business for you. So the next thing to jump into is thinking about a digital brand as a catalog of your products and services. Think about the old school Christmas catalog you got every year in December when you were a kid that showed the toys that you could be circling and really aspiring to, and telling your parents, this is what I want for Christmas. I remember looking forward to that when I was a kid. These days, I go do the opposite. I'm going to the website for a Walmart or an Amazon. I'm clicking on my kids' ages to find out for 5 to 7 year olds what are the top trending presents for these kids, and I rely on these brands that have created these presences online to tell me what those trending things are. And I don't then have to do the work of figuring out what's age appropriate. What does my kid like? I can see what a bunch of other kids like that might also be relevant for my child. And that's a great business model for any type of service. If you can give your customers a great product catalog experience online, you're ahead of the game. The way to do this, you don't have to show everything you have. Start with your hero products first. You have something that sells better than everything else, that it's what most people come to you for first. It is the things you get the best feedback on. It is the experiences that you create that people remember the most. Whatever those things are that people come to you for first, talk about that the most. Explain why that is so valuable to people, why so many people love it, and make that the hero that everyone knows your business for, that you build your reputation around. Those hero products should get a lot of attention and deserve to be highlighted and elevated to their status as a top product for your company. The second way to think about this as a product, a catalog, when you're online and creating a digital business online, is show what it's like to experience your product. Don't just show your hero product, show what the experience is like interacting. So whether that is literally with your product, the one-on-one experience of using that product of an actual customer, or whether that's you have a storefront or a retail business that people walk into the store, show what that environment's like. Don't just take zoomed in shots of your product. Show actual store experiences. Show what it's like to walk in the door, how you're going to be greeted, how you're going to be treated when you walk in, what you're going to see on the shelves. Is it a clean experience? Are the things you want to see first right there in front of you? Show happy customers walking around the store and finding what they need on the shelves, or interacting with the customer service representative, what that's like, what they can expect when they walk in. Is it clean? Is it friendly? Is it an easy, low pressure experience? Are they going to get advice that they need to make decisions that they want? Show what that first interaction is like with the real customer. And whether you're modeling that and filming it in a way that's produced or real experiences, both work. You just got to find what makes sense for your business specifically to show what it's like to actually do business with your company. So many people miss this step. So many people only think about listing their services and the benefits and never talk about what it's actually like to work with their company. And the biggest thing a lot of people want to know is, how am I going to feel in this experience? Am I going to enjoy it? Am I going to work with someone that I enjoy working with? And it's so easy to improve this, especially once you start getting feedback on those type of experiences and seeing what customers like and what they don't. Sharing those experiences could be huge for your business in terms of an online presence. And it's video oriented, which is also a huge plus these days. I'd also say, in terms of thinking about your business like a product catalog, is constantly create something that's relevant and timely. Think about seasonal products for your business. Think about this time of year, what do I get the most questions about, or what is the thing I sell the most? What is timely for my type of business? For accountants, it's easy. There's certain times of year where you're thinking about your taxes or your different financial products. But in restaurants, it's the same thing. Are there winter products that sell better? Is it a warm bowl of soup in the winter or a cold lemonade in the summer? Whatever that is, There's always something that's more relevant and timely that speaks to the interests of people at a given time of year. And you should be figuring out what that is for your business. Maybe it's a time of year, maybe it's a time of day, a morning product versus an evening product. Maybe it's a week of the month, or whatever the thing is. You have to give people relevant messaging that taps into what they're experiencing in the moment. It helps with the contextual relevancy. It helps with the engagement. It helps people think, gosh, this is really what I was thinking about right now that I wanted to tap into. So think about your digital brand as a product catalog and how to be timely and relevant in that way. Another interesting way to think about your digital brand is as an announcement, letting customers know what's new for them from you. So how do you share all the current happenings of your business online? Well, it's kind of what it's built for. You can post regular content broadly. You can build out, this is what's happening. We have a new product. We have a new service. We hired a new person. Or, we're in the middle of this type of work right now. We'd love to be working with a company like yours or a person like you. Talk about what's happening right now in your business and post content regularly that people can relate to and that is timely to what's actually happening in your business right now. Content is a huge marketing tool these days. Everyone's creating it. Not everyone's doing it correctly. You should have a strategy around what actually is going to work for my business. If that's not something you're good at, bring in an expert to help you at least get started. Spend a couple of hours with someone who's done this to come up with your content calendar of how you can be timely and relevant for your customers throughout the year, and build that content up front so that you can post it regularly and not worry about that as a job every day. Another way to talk about your current happenings online is to capture your customer info and then share exclusive content. So as you're bringing people in, as you're starting to meet new customers or talk to new customers, and you start to capture their information in a way that provides them value and they're willing to share their information with you, provide them a reason to give you that information. Give them something super valuable, whether that's some interesting tips or insight into your business, or a free experience or a free product, something that gives them value right up front. And that brings them into, hey, and if you are a more regular customer of ours, or you're someone that is passionate about this thing that we sell, we'd love to have a regular relationship with you and provide new products to you first, or give you services that are extended or special or extra that you're not going to get from anyone else. Think about those things that you sell that your customers would love, and find a way to really provide value to those more recurring regular customers, and giving them something exclusive, something special, because those regular customers, again, are the ones that really become the lifeblood of your business. And you can also use it as a way to sell them something new. Give them a free taste of something first, and maybe later when you're looking to sell that, they've bought into that being valuable, something that they want to experience or have. The third thing about getting your current happenings online in a relevant way is to advertise relevant messaging to relevant audiences. Not enough people think about their ad spend, especially when you're a smaller business, in terms of how it can bring in new customers in a relevant way. A lot of people think about how I can broadly reach people. What they don't think about is, how do I build 100 messages that are relevant to the 100 use cases of my business? I have a business next door to mine, or a big company, or a big travel destination, and I know that all these people are visiting this, tend to come to my business after, or whatever that thing is. How do you speak to those people that have that behavior? How do you create a relevant message for that particular type of use case? For that, hey, you're visiting town for the thing, stop by my business to pick up this type of product that's going to help you along the way. Or figure out a way to provide some kind of targeting that breaks people down by whether if it's not by location, maybe there's a way to do it by a particular hobby they have, or a lifestyle interest. Maybe your business sells something that is aligned with the yoga culture or with an active lifestyle. You can tap into those audiences specifically and make an advertisement that speaks to them. Hey, Are you active and looking for a healthier food, or are you looking for a vitamin supplement, or what a juice, whatever the thing is, you know, this works for us. Or, hey, I'm an accountant that works with a lot of people in the fitness category. Whatever that thing is, find relevant messaging that speaks to groups and their hobbies and their interests, and build a bunch of those messages and start to see what really resonates with your groups, because then you can target those messages to people that have shown those behaviors. Another way to make it relevant and targeted is you can break it down by life stages. Did you just graduate college? Or do you go to this college? We are next door. Did you just buy a house? We sell products that are really useful for people that just bought houses. Did you just have a child? We sell products that are really good for first-time parents. Find ways to think about the behaviors that make people look for products like yours and cater messages to those exact stages in people's lives. Test all those things out and you'll start to, test different copy. The best thing you can do is put out a bunch of messages targeted to a bunch of specific people and start to learn more about who your customer is and how they like to interact with your business. It's more effective than blasting out broad reach messages to everyone in ways that aren't that engaging, because everyone else is doing that and you're not then different from everyone else. On the list, again, of how to think about your business as a digital brand is a digital brand can be a salesperson, giving customers compelling reasons to act now. How do you move your customers who are online to take action? One way to do that is to provide a warm introduction. Maybe you can, when they're searching for you, find a quick way to say hi, provide value without asking for anything. Provide value over time. Say, hello, we do this. I hope you find what you're looking for, or something that is, along the lines of what would be helpful for them. And you can say at the end of that warm introduction, and if you ever need anything, you can also check out this other thing, which is free along the way. Provide something upfront that introduces you in your business. And that's online, and then can hopefully eventually, if you're providing value over time, will connect back to them eventually visiting you or somehow physically contacting you. The point is, it's not a quick sell all the time. You might have to think about, there are some people that need your product right now, but there are some people that just need something quickly, but not necessarily your thing right now, but in the future they might. So that sales person online, the online version of that could be, slowly nurturing leads along the way. A lot of that is thinking about, how do you continue to build your email list? How do you continue to build your social media following? Not because you like a lot of likes and comments on your feed, but because that's a warm introduction into your business and what you do. And if they want to become a regular customer, this is a first way that they might start interacting with you. And then as you're providing value over time, you're giving them multiple points of entry into your business. You have to give people opportunities. Hey, do you want this free checklist? Hey, do you want to take this web course on how to do this thing? Hey, do you want to set up a 1 hour free call or a half hour free call with an expert? Hey, do you want to sample this product or read this thing on how to do it yourself? All these things are multiple points of entry into your business. You have to find them where they are and give them ways to have a relationship with you in ways that work for how they're acting these days online. And if you're putting your customers first and thinking about their behavior and how they like to work with businesses like yours, you've moved along the way from having an aggressive sales buy now, buy now, buy now approach to really something that nurtures people in the way that they want to be worked with, and is way more effective online than trying to chase down a cold lead and sell them. Another way to think about a digital brand is as an experience, delivering a first impression of your business. How do you create a great digital experience online for your business? Have that customer first mentality, just like you would in the offline world, in your real world. When you are always thinking about serving your customer, how to make them feel welcome, how to give them value, and you're doing that online as well, then everything becomes easier. All your content and info should be catered to what they want to see in the places that they want to see it. So it's not you bragging about what you do best. It's what does that customer want from you that's useful to them? They may not want to hear you talk about why you are the coolest this or that. If they're looking for that, that information should be there. But when you're first engaging with them, think about what they want to hear first. Are they looking for you to build credibility, or are they just looking to be enticed, or are they looking for a little bit of education about the industry? You have to re-engineer how they are thinking and looking for things, and how you can then fit into their process of searching in a way that puts them first. Excuse me. And then give them a place to feel your personality. You want to deliver a good online brand experience? Give them a way to feel what your company values and how your company likes to interact with customers. Are you a little quirky, a little funny? Share that personality. Are you very professional, and do you like to get to business? Great, that's fine too. Share that, because if they have that same kind of personality and they're looking for someone like that, then you've shared that common interest or that common way of working, and they know that a company like yours is one that they want to work with. What you want are customers that have the same mentality as you, that work with you the way that you like to work, and have an enjoyable experience every time. So putting your personality out there as a business and knowing and defining what that brand voice is, and how you come across in how you talk, in how you write, in how you present yourself visually, having that brand personality outlined and written and consistent really helps your really helps your customers understand what it's like to work with your business every day. And after you have that customer first mentality and you've created a consistent personality online, give your customers a place to express their feedback about their experience and share and respond. If you want them to have a good experience, part of that is them having input into the process and saying, I loved this. I would have expected a little bit more of this, but overall it was great. Or make it easy for them to share. Hey, did you have a good experience? Click here and tell your friends. Or, hey, would love to hear what you thought of this new thing that we tried. Sure, let me send you an email or a note, or provide a call, feedback, whatever it is. Give them a way to express themselves. A lot of the time they're going to do that naturally. If you have your profiles built correctly on Yelp and on LinkedIn and on Facebook and on social profiles, you'll already start to get comments in places that are naturally there. A lot of mistakes I see are people just lean on Yelp and they don't realize in Google there's a lot of feedback happening organically there too. You can be reviewed on Google. You can be reviewed on Facebook. And there's conversation happening. Whether you're involved or not, it's going to be happening in the places where people are naturally talking about their experiences. So you should be present in those places, able to respond, to answer questions, to express to them that you care about how they felt about your business. And if you've had some customers that didn't exactly like how they were experiencing your business, you should engage them. And at very least, say, I'm sorry that you didn't have the experience that you were hoping for. We'll look at that, see if that's something that we can improve, or we'd love to refund you your money for the thing that you thought you were going to get a different outcome out of. You need to be customer centric first if you want to build a strong experience online. And that means getting involved in the places where people are already talking about you. You shouldn't be neglecting your comments and your profiles just because it's difficult. You need to find a way to be responsive in the places that people are naturally talking about your business. It's such an opportunity, especially for smaller business, because bigger businesses, a lot of them haven't taken the step to figure it out because so many people are talking about their business that they haven't found a way to keep up with it. So you can be the responsive business online that actually follows up with your customers and provides them that feedback and that relationship, whether it's good or bad. The next thing to think about is your digital brand can be a smile, a handshake, a first impression that greets your customer and welcomes them in. How do you make your brand more personable and relatable? Tell your story, as we've kind of been talking about. Share your wins, your daily wins or monthly wins. Share your experiences as a business. If you've been growing something and you've been trying something new, and you found that things have really been working, or you're bringing something back because it worked in the past, talk to people about that. The McRib coming back from McDonald's was kind of a funny thing, but there was a passionate group of people that wanted that, and they made a little announcement about it. But the point is, tell your story and what that thing is that, as you're growing, or as you're winning as a company, or you're opening a new store, whatever that thing is, tell your customers about it. It makes your brand more personable and more relatable, that you have wins and losses throughout your weeks or days. And don't just share the good experiences, share the bad ones. People like to know that you aren't so corporate, that there are, even if you're a business, that there are things that you are growing and changing and trying to improve that is relatable, because they live their lives the same way your customers do. So think about that. And also, how to make your brand more personable and relatable is to surprise and delight. Your customers, they're going to have a normal experience with your business. Hopefully you've over delivered. But one way is to every now and then go above and beyond. Find ways to say, how can I surprise or delight a customer once a day, once a week, once a month, with something that they weren't expecting? If you can over deliver on their expectation, because their expectations of your business are probably already high. But if you can even go beyond that and give them something they weren't expecting, that the surprise and delight aspect of that really pays off in the long run. You're going to have a customer who's been really happy, who probably talks about your business more because they got way more than they expected. And that positive reinforcement, that positive experience is what good foundations of businesses are built on. And beyond that, you can also find places to insert real life interactions. Show the day-to-day, show people having a real experience with your business, as we talked about, but insert yourself into real life interactions. And it doesn't just have to be within your physical business. If you can take your business out into the real world, into things that are really happening, if you are a professional service and you can just show up at places where people are engaging, and you provide, at a local craft fair or whatever it is, you find ways to show up in the populace and the real world events that are happening, or you create your own events and you show up in the real world, you're then grabbing people in ways that they weren't expecting to see you. And those real life interactions are ways to build your business in the community. A lot of people are trying to figure out, how do I become more local? How do I become more relevant? How do I become a top neighborhood business? And a lot of that is really about getting into the community. Are you participating in the local events that are important in your community? If there's something every Christmas that they open up the streets and they throw some kind of special event, are you showing up there in a way that is contextually relevant to that business? So often, there are local high schools, local communities, local events, local teams, whatever that thing is that you could be aligning with, that really makes sense for your business. If it's a professional service, maybe you're aligning with the local business events that are happening. But find a way to get involved so that you are starting to become an integral part of that community, and has that online and offline face start to match a little bit. Another thing a digital brand can be, I have a couple more of these, is a digital brand can be an invitation to join your community. Communities are big. Every business should have its tribe of people that love them and talk about them, your core customer base. And a lot of that, your customer base is already involved in other communities and things that they're passionate about. I talked about this a little bit, talking about hobbies and lifestyles. If you're someone that's really into this thing, you're a yoga person, you're an athlete, you're a singer, you're an artist, whatever that thing is, your business can say, maybe a lot of my customers are artists, or are in the film industry, or whatever that thing is. Tap into that lifestyle or hobby and start speaking to that, how you work with people like that, or communities like that, or how you give to those kind of communities, because you know that they're so integral to your type of customer base. If you are a business that is somehow connected to music, or your people that love music also love your kind of business, you should be out there connecting with local music venues, or local concerts, or local artists, and finding a way to build your business with them to tap into that community. Invest in the passions that your customers have, and they'll invest back in you because they see you as part of their lifestyle. And then, think geographically about it. You can think about the hobbies and lifestyles, but think geographically about the local things that are happening in your neighborhoods that are important to the community. Maybe there's a wall that needs to be painted, or a park that needs to be revitalized, or a team that needs support and needs jerseys. You could be the company that's doing that and providing value in your community, and that community that's local to you will start to invest back in your business too because they see you as integrated into that local community. And then think about the problems that your business solves for customers. If there's something that continually happens that you are the fix for, those group of customers that all have that same problem, they usually are looking to each other for answers. And you could be the person also providing value to that group. There are mom blogs and mom groups all the time. And if you're the business that is tapping into that mom group and providing value to them, there's reciprocation there, and you're again a part of a community instead of just a business on the outside. And the last thing that I'll talk about today is a digital brand. It can be an innovation engine. And what I mean by this is we're always looking for new ways to do things, new ideas for our business, but not all of us are leveraging our online presence. So if you think about how a digital brand can drive innovation in your business, the first thing I would talk about is real-time data. Data is a big topic, but when you get past the buzzword of it all, what it is what's working and what's not working in your business. If you have an online presence and you are actively watching where people are interacting and taking action and what things are resonating along the way, and what the things are that they're picking them up with, these products I'm clicking on, or these communities I'm interacting with, or these comments I'm leaving, all that real-time data of what's working and what's not, and that feedback loop that you're getting is a way to come up with new ideas for your business. It could just be small improvements, but really it could be, wow, what I'm finding is this new problem that I never was trying to solve, everyone tends to have this problem too. It's not my core set, but maybe I should add it as a new product in my bag of tricks. Maybe it's not even within your core business. Maybe you're a restaurant, but the people that attend your restaurant are also looking for a place to host an event, and you could be that event space for them at night. Whatever that thing is, you could be thinking about your community online as a place for data, a place for gathering information and feedback, and using that as ways to ideate around new improvements for your business or new business lines entirely. Also, think about better access to real-time customer feedback. Before you even release a product, you can ask customers you can provide surveys that ask customers questions about your products and services that you're thinking about trying. Hey, it's winter. Would you rather see this, or this? Based on your feedback, we'll put one or two of them out there. Or, hey, we're thinking about changing this product and making it more like this. How do you feel about that? Do you like the old product better? Ask questions of your community and see what they give you. Maybe you'll find that you should be going even further with some of the innovations you were thinking about. And then you're not just relying on your core 2, 3, 4 people in your company to brainstorm everything that's new with your business. And if your business that doesn't change very often, it doesn't mean that you can't be automating your processes. Maybe they find out, yeah, these services are great, but it'd be great if I got a phone call back within 3 hours instead of within 24. There might be little things along the way with your processes even that you could be creating innovation around, or at least improvements around, based on what you're seeing through your digital interactions with your customers and their feedback. And the last thing I would say is your digital brand can be generating new products that you have never thought of. It could be an online only product. Maybe it's that the thing that you were giving away for free, you can elaborate on and come up with a longer version of it that really gives people what they need top to bottom that you charge for because they're looking for something like that. Find things that people are looking to buy that you haven't sold yet. Maybe they don't want the full interaction because they're a do-it-yourselfer. The free content can only go so far, and they're actually looking for something that's more interactive. Maybe you can build things online that serve them. That could be a product of yours. Or maybe you have a online media thing. Maybe you have an interview show or some kind of creative element or concert series or an event or something that you could start to create on your own that starts online. Maybe it's a 1 hour event every month that you bring in an artist and they do something creative. Something that is its own element that is related to your business but can serve as its own product or become its own service that lives online. It doesn't require your physical presence to exist. You're thinking about creating new assets, creating new things that are proprietary to your business, or new intellectual property that you can, differentiate yourself and add value to your customers with. All can be driven by an online presence. That's all I got for you today. I hope that wasn't too much. I hope it was all very valuable. But if you're thinking about how your physical business can represent itself online and what the value of that can be and what the potential of that can be, I hope today's lessons have answered some of that or even spurred some ideas of your own that you'd never thought of before. And I appreciate you guys listening. Provide comments, provide feedback. I love to hear from you on how I can make the show better. So thank you for listening, and I'll talk soon.